So this is really an awesome day for the Milwaukee Bucks. We had talked about it not maybe making sense, Woj, for him to sign a deal now versus waiting until next summer when he could have tacked on an extra $50 million by waiting. Why did he decide that this was the time to sign?
Well, financially, it allows Giannis Antetokounmpo now to do another short deal in 2026 and then another long-term deal in 28. And that gets him around the league's over 38 rule that limits the years you can do on a deal. It's amazing to think about that with him at his age, but it is a factor in this. And so John Horst got in his car on Sunday, drove down to Chicago, and sat down with Alex Saratzis, who's Giannis Antetokounmpo's agent. They have worked on a number of deals together. Those guys, they work on a lot together. And I think John Horst, helped to sell the idea of why this made sense. And Giannis was on board, and by Monday they had a deal done. But this really, while they understood the financial aspect of it, they know the CBA, it was really this weekend where this really started to heat up. And all of a sudden on Monday, they had a deal.
Well, and it feels like now maybe a little bit of the pressure is off. They can focus a little bit on what happens this season now that Giannis is under contract. Damian Lillard, it has been quite the month for John Horst and the Bucks. Your first reaction when you saw this, Zach, was what?
Holy bleep. They did it. The Bucks did it again. They did it the first time Giannis appeared to be maybe wobbling a little bit. They went out and got Drew Holiday back when they had a lot of trade assets. They don't have as many now, and John Horst pulled the Damian Lillard rabbit out of his hat and got Giannis a guy the likes of which on offense he has never played with. The amount of space he's going to see now, Legs is about to break it down for us. I just am so impressed that they were able to pull this off. I did not expect it, and you're right. They get to play the whole season now without an anvil hanging over their head, and boy, oh boy, all those other teams around the league that were starting to line up their resources. Not a great day for them.
Well, you know what? You know what happened 24 years ago? I found my wife, right?
Oh, hi,
and when I found my wife, you know what I mean, I said, this is the for show right here. Well, I'm going for some more. Now, on the flip side of it, she committed to this 610 chocolate drop, Hershey, whatever you want to call it, right? So she committed to me. This is what I see out of Milwaukee and Giannis, the perfect marriage, two sides that are committed to one another.
Who's who?
And I said,
the perfect?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter because they committed to each other. Here's the thing, right? I said this when they got Damian Lillard. I said, now it's Giannis' turn to make sure he do his part and sign that contract. Because the Milwaukee Bucks did their part, and they've been doing right by Giannis, and Giannis been doing right by them. It's the perfect match.
This is the perfect segue because this all it's giving a healthy relationship between star, ownership, franchise player. And I say that because it's currently, it's fall. You know what fall is for those guys who may not hear? It's cuffing season.
Oh my God.
And Giannis is cuffed to the bone.
Bring it back.
And it's about healthy relationships. And I think this is a great example because when, the Dame trade got it done. When your star talks, and no one can, argue that Giannis is the dream star, superstar in a franchise. When your star talks, you listen. And when they listened, now he is now here to stay. Your star is present for the next 3 years on a great timeline with Dame. So, yeah, fall.
Here's the thing, though, and here's the reality of the NBA now. The pressure on an organization is not a player heading toward free agency. You are not seeing stars of Giannis Antetokounmpo's caliber getting even close to free agency. If they want to change, they're going to ask for a trade because who has cap space typically? Bad teams. Where do stars want to go? They don't want to go to bad teams. It's rare when a big market team has created cap space. And there's opportunities out there, but typically the only thing that contract guarantees Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks is that he's going to get paid that money. And so you are always on alert. You are like Damian Lillard had 4 years on his deal when he asked out. Certainly, Bradley Beal's trade, it doesn't mean as much as it used to. This idea that he's getting close to free agency, a player's just going to say, I want out, and then you have to trade him.
Right.
And so that being said, of course you want him under contract, but the pressure never is alleviated from organizations who have players like Giannis Antetokounmpo. You better be winning all the time.
You better be winning all the time, and it starts with this season. So, Tim Lelger, how is this going to look on the floor?
Yeah, look, keep everything in context. Small sample size, preseason. Not a lot of examples of these two guys in direct action with ball screen, which I think is where it's really going to pay dividends. But there are some examples of where Damian Lillard's going to pay off in a big way. This is the first one. This is just a simple set the Bucks love to run. You hit the opposite elbow, and you're going to get a back screen. I'm going to rewind that real quick because I don't want to miss anything. You come down, hit the wing. Now, this is a simple back screen right here. This is Damian Lillard. He's going to set this pick. We're going to roll Giannis off down here to the post. Well, what you're counting on defensively is the guy guarding Lillard to bump this. You have to bump him to slow his progress, but take a look at D'Angelo Russell and what he does. He is so concerned about Damian Lillard popping out for the three, he literally comes over here and face guards him to prevent Damian Lillard from popping out. Well, that means there's no bump. And now Giannis Antetokounmpo gets a free run to the rim. Nobody there to help, and you see Christian Wood right here. He's like looking at my man, like D'Angelo Russell, like, man, yo, seriously? Come on, man. Like, give me some help right there. Doesn't get any. So Damian Lillard off the ball creates so many problems. This was just fun because Giannis Antetokounmpo has never had this. Offensive rebound comes, he's going to pull this thing from 35 feet. Why is that important? Because Giannis Antetokounmpo, when this ball comes off, he's right here. Now, normally, you pull it out, you go reset it, it extends energy. Giannis Antetokounmpo will go down here somewhere and play. Instead, Dame just pulls from 35 feet, and he shows you that range, that weapon, the ability to catch and shoot. Why that's going to be so important, playing off of Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the attention he commands. There's going to be so many examples once we get into the regular season, but you can see why a lot of people think this duo can win a championship.
Well, if anybody's still talking about the Lakers in the NBA Finals, that's on them. They've gone fishing. We're still playing.
In these playoffs, he became the Lakers' daddy.
The Lakers' daddy, right? That's what they call him now, the Lakers' daddy. God bless his soul. It ain't over.
We had to give him that butt whoop. It was personal, but it wasn't personal. We've been talking back and forth now, like, they can't wait for the first game. So, like, same year.
It was just so much of that going on. Like, all right, we get it, y'all won. But, I think, me and Brian had some conversations like, we can't wait.
There will be a time. When that time is, I don't know. I don't know if it's now or there will be a time. There will be a time when everybody will get it.
There will be a time. The Lakers and Nuggets, they've said a lot, but who needs to make a bigger statement tonight, Zach Lowe?
First of all, I think this is pretty tame trash talk. Michael Malone has talked harsher trash at the media than he has to the Lakers. Let's get some real trash talk in there. I think, look, the Lakers, they're not used to being like the ring night patsies, the ring night victims. I think they're not thrilled about, like, are we the sideshow for the real story tonight? You know what you do? Ruin ring night. Go out and ruin ring night like the Thunder went into L.A. and whooped them when LeBron broke the scoring record. Go ruin ring night if you're so mad about it.
And they will. And it's going to be on the back of LeBron James. Let me explain why. Because it's a thin line between love and hate. We forgot that, Michael Malone and LeBron used to be somewhat close. Now all of a sudden there's tension there. We never see LeBron James respond back to people on social media. He did to Michael Malone. I expect him to come out there in great fashion and do his thing tonight.
I'll go the opposite way. I'll go with Denver for this reason. They're sitting back looking at everybody, almost trying to find reasons to not pick them. Well, look what Phoenix did in the offseason. Look what Milwaukee did. Look what Boston did. And people are saying, you know what? They lost some key guys. They didn't replace them. They're not as good as they were. Well, look, here's the deal. The guys that came off their bench in the closeout game against the Heat in the finals, Christian Brown is the only guy that's expected to play significant minutes for them. So you got a new cast of characters, Zeke Naji and Peyton Watson and Justin Holiday. This is their bench. So I think Denver wants to come out, show you that this is the best starting five in basketball. And, oh, by the way, we also reloaded. We've got some guys now to replace what we lost, so we're just as good as we were.
Yeah, because they have the most potent duo, arguably, in the NBA, in Jokic and Jamal Murray, but it's how the rest is going to fill out. If Kevin Durant is Big Perk's MVP, who is yours?
Not Kevin Durant. I think he and Book will cancel each other out. I went Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, because I have the Celtics doing big things this year.
Jason Tatum
over
Ogwumike.
Okay, I'm going with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You don't make the move and make his dreams come true by getting Dame Lillard without championship aspirations. This is the guy. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he can fully do that, staying healthy, and also them winning the East and potentially winning a championship.
I'm going with Jason Tatum. I think it is his year. I think it is his time. So that means Chiney, who you got in the finals.
Okay.
It's the way too early predictions.
Giannis MVP, I'm going Bucks in the finals going up against the Nuggets because the Nuggets are a well-oiled machine. So that's my prediction.
Zach Lowe.
Celtics over Nuggets. I think it finally happens for the Celtics this year. Repeating is really, really hard, but Denver's got the goods to do it. Celtics over Nuggets.
Celtics over Nuggets. Kendrick Perkins.
The Bucks got Dame. Dame averaged 32 last season. You pair him up with the most dominant player in the league in Giannis. I got Milwaukee representing the East, and I got Bradley Beal going to the Phoenix Suns with KD and Devin Booker. I got the Bucks and the Suns in the finals, and I got the Bucks in 7.
I have that one too. I think it is the Milwaukee Bucks, a rematch of the 2021 NBA Finals. I know Devin Booker is coming out here saying that he still has that taste in his mouth.
The only player remaining from that finals.
Absolutely, the only player for the Suns remaining from that finals team.